What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at some NFL plays today over on PrizePicks. Good to have the NFL back, even if it is just the preseason, with one game on this week's slate with the Hall of Fame game. Found potentially a little bit of value on the board here for the NFL preseason. Overall, though, we're going to be playing very light, of course. It's an NFL preseason game. We're not playing full units on these. It's just light for fun. Just getting our feet wet with the NFL right around the corner. So we're going to hop in and hopefully just cash some more winners. Yesterday, we cashed yet again. We were able to cash this play right here in yesterday's video. As you can see, we had Jazz come through in the 11th inning yesterday. Really should have taken this fantasy score, which would have covered in like the 5th inning, but still was able to catch his entry out, thankfully. Turned 75 into 412 right there, giving out for free in yesterday's video. That is now the second sweep we've had in the last 3 videos, giving us now an 8-1 run, I believe, in these YouTube videos. So let's keep it going with some NFL plays today. I've got 3 plays for you guys in today's video. If you want a third play tomorrow, get this video here to 150 likes. And I'll drop a third play for you guys tomorrow. It's probably, of course, going to be an MLB video tomorrow. But over in the DubClub today, I'm going to have some MLB, some NFL, and some WNBA all posted here to the DubClub. So if you've not joined already, there's a link available in my description to get in for 50% off. The DubClub gives you access to all of my plays sent straight to your phone, and also access to my Discord, where you can get slips that look exactly like this here for the MLB. So again, make sure to use the link in my description because it will give you access to this green banner that pops up at the bottom of your screen here once you click on that link. It gives you access to 50% off of your first month or 60% off of the next 3 months. So it'll cover you for the NFL season as well. And it's really going to be involving some correlation here, just like the MLB. So we're expecting to crush it this NFL season, like we've been doing with the MLB and like we have actually recently been doing with the WNBA as well. There is correlation value across the board on PrizePicks, no matter what the sport it feels like at this point. So we have found so much edge over in the DubClub. Come join us. And when you join, make sure you connect your Discord to DubClub. That way you get access to all of my different premium channels, which include my community chat, this tab here, of course, my MLB plays, and you also get access to my contributors plays. You have Asmies with golf plays, email with WNBA, Elo with soccer, Nerdler with esports, and Astronaut Doe posting a little bit of everything. So these guys all do some great work for pretty much any sport that you can think of. So if you guys want to join, right now is the best time to do so because it's a limited time offer of 50% off your first month or 6% off the next 3 months with the link in my description. But now with that out of the way, let's get to these free plays. Make sure that you play responsibly at your own risk. Leave a like on this video here and subscribe if you have not already, and let's get to these plays. The first play I like on the PrizePicks board for the NFL preseason Hall of Fame game. It's going to be over in the rushing yards category here. I really wanted to take like Trey Lance and maybe like a receiving yard over, but it's really hard to do so. I feel like there's too much unpredictability when it comes to the passing game with some of these preseason games, which kind of want to go with the run game here. I think I found some potentially a little bit of value here. I like Kai Robichaux here over 27.5 rushing yards. So realistically, the Lions have 3 running backs they can use today. They technically do have 4, but if you look at their depth chart here actually for them, they have, of course, Montgomery, Gibbs, and Reynolds. These guys should not be playing in the preseason. They really have 4 guys here. They have Vakee, Smalls, and Sailors here. But Sailors just joined the team like a day ago, which he could still play in the preseason, of course, but I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of playing time. I could be wrong because it's against the preseason, but still. Small is one of the guys I think is going to compete pretty good with Robichaux here. But Vakee here has actually just been injured kind of recently. He did practice on Monday and went through individual drills and all that, but I'm not sure how much action they're actually going to give him in an actual game situation if he was only going through like individual drills and all that. So I'm not really sold on him having a huge workload here. He also played for the Lions last year. Like he had a couple of carries last year in the regular season. So I think they're going to want to give more carries to the rookies here, that being, of course, my guy here, Kai, and you also have Jabari Smalls here. Except I will also say, though, that Jabari Small is actually not a rookie. He actually played for Tennessee last year, was mainly on their practice squad last year. So he did not play in the regular season at all. He is still fighting for a roster spot. But you have here, though, my guy here that I like from Boston College here. So Robichaux had a pretty good year at Boston College last year. At least his averages dropped a little bit, but he did score a lot of touchdowns last year. He averaged 4.3 average yards per carry, but before that he was averaging like 4.8, 6.8. But again, he did have 10 touchdowns last year as well. So he is built pretty well as well. If you look at him, 6 foot, 215, and then you have Small here though, who is actually 5'11", 213. So they're pretty similar for the most part, but I think they're going to be splitting carries here. But like I said, I think there's going to be a majority of the carries going to those two. I don't know how much Vakee and I don't know how much Sailors plays in this one, which is why I think there is some value on either Robichaux or Jabari Small. And the guy I'm going to give the edge to here is going to be Robichaux, just because of the fact that he is an undrafted free agent and a rookie. While Small did have, I guess, technically some NFL action last year, being on the practice squad of the Tennessee Titans. So really, I think it's just going to be these two guys putting in the work and kind of splitting carries, with them also being just so close to being like how they're built up. They're just the same type of running back in a way. I will say this line though is a lot lower on underdog. Is actually 24.5 an underdog, 27.5 over on PrizePicks. So do kind of keep that in mind, because if you're going to play this one straight up, and now with the rest of the plays in this video, underdog would probably be the move at 24.5 rushing yards. So that's pretty much the reason here. I don't mind the over for Small either. I think Small or Robichaux is the right move. I don't really love the key on the over. I think there's a lot of people that have been playing that one on the over. He could, of course, still go over, but I just don't trust it with him barely playing, or just like recently getting injured and not even like going through a full practice, it seems. So that's why I'm going to give the edge here to Kai. Before we get to the next two plays in this video, if you've not already seen DK Pick 6, is a newer app from DK. It's available in most states, 18 years and older, because it is a DFS pick'em app essentially. You can see here though that they offer a ton of MLB plays here, of course, with a lot of cool categories that are kind of unique for the most part. You also have, of course, the NFL preseason plays for today too. So it really is like one of those DFS pick'em type apps. And right now they actually also have Robichaux at 24.5 rushing yards here. But they also have Small at 26.5, as you can see there as well. So it's a very cool app out there, and I recommend checking it out for yourself if you have not already. If you join using promo code DOMG, you can get some new user bonuses when you sign up. So just go down on my description, click on the link for DraftKings Pick 6, click on the link for DK Pick 6, and sign up using promo code DOMG, because it helps me out and helps you out. Now, getting to my second play here over on PrizePicks, this time we're going to head over to the PATs made category. I'm going to touch on this just very briefly here. And the reason I'm going to go with Jake Bates on the over for his PATs today is a couple of reasons. First off, an underdog, this one's like a 0.82x payout compared to the normal like 1x is what they would call it on underdog. So basically what they're trying to say on underdog is that this would be valued at like a minus 150, maybe minus 170, but on PrizePicks it's normal square. So that's why I think there's a little bit of value if you're kind of trusting in underdogs lines, I guess, compared to PrizePicks. But also there's a little bit of correlation too, because if the Lions have a good game, they're just going to run the ball more, obviously. Not necessarily it's the preseason. Like, there's just crazy things that necessarily happen. They're just kind of trying to figure out things for themselves. But I just feel like it's more likely that they run the ball if they are going to end up winning and they're actually scoring touchdowns. And if they're able to score 2 touchdowns, there should be 2 extra points made by Jake Bates here. So overall, pretty simple breakdown for me here. I just like the fact that there is some correlation between the two in my eyes, which is why I like Jake Bates on the over for his PATs made. I also don't think it's too far of a long shot for the Lions to have 2 touchdowns in this game and go for 2 extra points, unless Dan Campbell's going to do some crazy shit, or they're going for 2 or something. You, of course, do not have to add that in if you are not comfortable with it. But the next play I'm talking about is actually going to be over in the MLB. And again, if you guys want a third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here. 150, I'll drop a third play tomorrow. This one here, though, is going to be over in the hits category. I'm just going to go with a goblin here. I'm going to go with Austin Hayes to have a hit from the Cincinnati Reds today. If all 4 of these picks are correct, it pays out 4x over on PrizePicks. If you take a normal square, though, it actually would pay out 6x. So it's really up to you if you have like another normal square that you like. You put that in there instead of like Austin Hayes, for example. But I think Hayes is in a pretty good spot to have a hit in this game. So Hayes has actually had a hit in 68% of games today, but I love his matchup today. He gets to match up against Cookie Carrasco here, who is a very bad pitcher if you guys do not know. What I also love is that the Reds have the highest over-under on this slate and the highest team total, and they're also favored at home. So the Reds are favored at home, highest over-under the slate, wind blowing out, a lot of reasons to like Austin Hayes, especially with the matchup being so good. Cookie Carrasco has a 5.91 ERA this year, which has not been very good. He also had a very bad year last year, I believe, as well. He struggled the last couple of years, but in wins this year, Hayes' hit rate moves from like 66% up to about 75%. He faces a righty today where it drops down a little bit to 72%, but overall, I'm not super worried. This year, he has a 277 batting average, as you can kind of see down here, and a 331 also BAP/IP. WRC plus is also pretty good at a 123.2. Overall, though, I really just think that Austin Hayes is kind of the guy to back in the spot with him being in the 4 hole. Also, though, I will say that Ellie is also in a great spot, too. I'm not sure how much it reflects the payout. I'm actually going to look at it real quick. If you take Ellie to get a hit instead, if it stays at a 4x, I feel like it would drop down a little bit more, maybe like a 375. It actually is still a 4x, too, so maybe you're more comfortable taking Ellie De La Cruz if you guys know anything about the MLB. To have a hit in this game. He's over in 72% against righties. He overall has been a little bit better on paper against righties, I will say. I wonder why they won't show Hayes' stats against Cookie Carrasco, but they will show Ellie here. So you can see, though, that he has a 302 batting average allowed. Something that is in Hayes' favor, too, by the way, though, is that Cookie has actually struggled more against righties. So Hayes struggles a little bit more compared to righties against lefties. Carrasco's actually worse against righties, and Hayes is a righty, so if that kind of makes sense there. Either way, I'm fine with. I personally played Austin Hayes, but I'm okay with Ellie as well. I mean, it's really kind of up to you. I think that just the Reds lineup as a whole is in a very good spot. I'll likely be playing probably Ellie and Hayes together today, if I had to guess. Otherwise, it's going to be something like Lux and Hayes or something. Key Brian Hayes, his first game with the Reds. So I'm going to be doing something like that probably over in the DubClub today, so come join us if you have not already. Link is available over in my description. Get you access to, my Discord and all that for 50% off your first month or 60% off in the next 3 months. I also want to give you guys some free plays here over on Player Profit. We killed it yet again yesterday. I've been posting all my Player Profit picks for free over in Discord, and we swept the board yesterday. We went 5-0. I dropped my main 4 plays here, as well as I mentioned that I also like Giancarlo Stanton over 1.5 hit runs and RBIs. All 5 plays cash. That is now our second sweep in the 3 days that I've actually had these Player Profit plays posted. If you don't know anything about Player Profit, it is extremely cool once you actually understand. It's really hard to understand at first, but once you understand, it is extremely cool. Basically, how it works is that you just buy one of these packages and it can give you access to a large bankroll. So for example, maybe you want to just get in with the entry option, which is what most people do. They spend $30 to get the $1,000 package. What you have to do is just prove that you are profitable, essentially, by passing 2 different challenges before you get full access to that bankroll. So you pass these challenges here by basically just making 20 units before you lose 15 units. And you can see how I've been in my challenge so far. I have not lost any units so far. And you can see that I have actually I'm coming very close to the profit margin there. I personally got the $50,000 package. And right now you can see I'm only $2,500 away from reaching my profit target. And I'd have to lose a lot more if I wanted to get to that maximum loss to lose this first challenge. And then once I pass that, I move on to the second phase. Got to do it again. And then I get access to that full $50,000 bankroll where I get to withdraw 70% of the profits that I make. If you get the pro package, you can withdraw, I believe, 85% of the profits that you make, for example. But I think it's a really, really cool concept that Player Profit has come up with here. And there's a bunch of different pricing options, as you can see here. So $30 to get the $1,000 package, $125 for the $5,000. You can get the pro version too, which gives you access to like live plays, for example. You can cash out with just no penalty at all. I really encourage you to like watch a YouTube video about it or something if you are interested to fully grasp the concept, because there are a lot of very interesting things about this website here, but it can really be beneficial to you if you want to spend a low amount of money to get access to a large bankroll. So if you are legitimately like a very good player, just prove it here on Player Profit. You get access to a very large bankroll for a very small price potentially. But when you sign up for Player Profit, be sure to use promo code DOMG, my promo code DOMG, because that will get you 10% off of your first package here over on Player Profit. And you can actually use my promo code every time you go to get a new package. But thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next video. Best of luck. If you want us to make over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, watch this video on your screen right here.